Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are back with some more modded Minecraft Monday. We're going to be delving into Thinkers. If you were here when the obviously start screen was showing, you'll see that I've just thrown together one of my standard looking buildings. But this is effectively going to be like a blacksmith building. Just kind of trying to work out how I'm going to lay it out a bit. Like where I'm going to put the Tinker's smeltery, where I'm going to put all the other bits. I'm kind of leaning towards probably just shoving it on the end here. That's what I'm leaning towards at the moment. Right, but before we do that, we need to get everything for Tinkers. Right, so first things first, we are going to want to build the smeltery, which if you've never built it before from Tinker's Construct, it's been around a very long time. Obviously, just follow along. We'll have to make the crafting station, we'll have to make the part builder, all these little bits we're going to have to make. Yes, the anvils, yes, you get multiple versions of this, don't you? Kind of forgot about that. Obviously you've got all the tool parts. Right, I just want the basic smeltery. Again, I cannot remember how. Rock swasher. I don't know what that is. It didn't exist when I last played about with Tinkers, so I'm expecting there to be some changes. Obviously, you've got a bunch of new armors with it. What are these? Slime skulls. Oh, you can wear disguises. Okay. Stackable container holding 1 ingot of fluid. Okay, that's something new. Scorched brick, okay, seared brick, that's the ones that we are going to be making. I'm just kind of having a look at the smeltery bits here to see if I can see anything that's obviously changed. Because the seared brick, it's grout. I'm sure you can... Oh, you used to just be able to cook something to get that. So, molten clay will turn into seared brick. Okay. So you don't have to turn it into grout if you just use molten clay. I'm going to assume that molten clay isn't anything special. There is literally just clay. Terracube. Okay. So yeah, lava clay ball will give us molten clay, and that's it. That's going to be the easiest way to do it. Okay. So obviously I think I'm going to have to go right at the very beginning and start with some of the really basic stuff. Unless I want to make the grout. Actually, making the grout, it does have an EMC value, so it's actually probably going to be worth it. Let's run to the main building and get the bits we need. He says run. Oh, I've got the uber duper jetpack, haven't I? Get around a hell of a lot quicker. Right, so grout is made from a clay ball, some sand, and some gravel. Well, that is pretty easy. So we have gravel there, we have sand there. Clay, we should have some over here somewhere. Can I see it, or am I blind as a bat and cannot? Have I really not been gathering it? It doesn't look like it. Okay. Oh, we can pull it out the table, thank goodness. I was beginning to worry there for a second. I'm not sure if there's... Yeah, it's shapeless. You can put it in any order and it'll do it, which is very, very handy. So, first things first, shove one in the table. I am ground. I don't know how many stacks of it we're going to need, so I'm going to assume that we can just put it in the smelting factory. Easiest way to find out. Smelt one. Yep, did it. I'll get it to do a chunk of the bricks initially. Right, so does it have an EMC value? It does. So one seared brick is going to go, if I can put it in the right place, into the transmutation table. So we need to make a smeltery controller. So we need to make some fancy seared bricks and pour some molten copper over it into a casting basin. So let's have a look. What do we need? So we need to make, is it a seared smelter? Yeah, it will be a seared smelter, won't it? So bricks round a seared fuel gauge. So we're going to need some glass. 5 of. That's our 5 glass. And we will put that together to get our seared ingot gauge. And again, we'll teach that to the tablet. And I've already forgot what we needed. Where is it? It is that one. The recipe is too large for the 2x2 crafting. That's because I was on the wrong thing. So place above the tank or heater to fuel. Right. I'm going to, I think, make use of our lava production in here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pipe all of this into a ender tank. Because obviously that is our infinite lava source. So I'm going to assume that we made some ender tanks. We did do. Some red dye. And I've got some somewhere. And that's me having a heart attack. Matt's going to resubscribe with a tier 2 sub.
Light skin tone waving hand sign.
Okay. Didn't you tier 2 sub last month?
Hello Mattingham83, ignore me, I'm just the bot. Yeah, I do all the work and I'm so fucking tired.
Tam Tam. Love less. Language. I'm shocked by her. Oh dear me. Oh, right. So yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, these are gonna be lava tanks, infinite lava source tanks. Oh, that is the idea. I think, well, I'm gonna have to take out those ones. I think I'm gonna use my shrink device though. to be able to get round and about. Is that minimum size? It's me mini-mead. Right. That was all the tanks I was using. Okay. He says with all the confidence in the world, as you can tell by my voice. I'm 1000% confident in what I'm doing. Oh my god, I've got holes. I've got holes, everybody. Thought I'd filled all these buggers in. I've just made a load more holes. Load more than I needed. I'd join you, but I'm waiting on my jacket potato to finish cooking. This is the size of bloody Rutland. Well, you know what that means. It'll go ding, you'll go and test it, and it'll still be as hard as buggery. Because that's how these things work out. Right, did I actually want to chop that one out? No, I wanted to leave that one with a hole. That's what she said. Oh god, I hope I didn't break anything there. No, I didn't. No. Again, this is my CDO kicking in, going, I'm going to be able to see behind those pipes and things, and, you know, I don't want it to do certain things. So, anyway. That's the tank. I'm going to have to get some pipes, which should be able to get out of the tablet. Not liquid pipes. Did I make them? I did, except they're called fluid pipes. That's why I was confused. Oh god, don't these connect? No! Oh, I remember. I remember now. We had to do this weird thing because of... They don't connect directly. So you have to make a liquid hopper. You have to be so... Oh god, wrong one. You have to be so careful here because I don't want to end up ripping out pipes and things and making a right mess of things. Right, so which hopper was it? The liquid hopper. Obviously I don't want the botany pots hopper. Item collects and moves fluids, a fluid hopper. I haven't got any of those, so it is made by a wooden hopper with clay bricks. So wooden hopper, a chest and some slabs. Okay. I'm still mini-mead, so just bear with me a moment while I find out how the hell I'm going to do this. Do we have any wooden slabs of any type? We do. So what was it? 4, 5 of those and a chest. Obviously I'm probably completely and utterly wrong, me and my memory. It'd be a miracle if I'm right. So it was that to make a wooden hopper, which again, it's got an EMT value, so into the tablet. And then it said clay bricks, 5 of. Do we have bricks? Did we teach you bricks? We did. So, again, I'm assuming it's standard hopper design, which is, so 1 fluid hopper. And I think I need 4 of those. I think. So what you're having on your baked tatey? You having just butter? Keeping it simple? Are you doing beans? Are you doing beans and cheese? And I do need another hopper, but luckily I've got the good old mobile one. Can't spell. So that goes there. No, it doesn't, because that's pointing the wrong way. It goes up there. Now they should all have 1,000 buckets of lava in. Now they aren't going anywhere yet, thank God. I'll take that one out, and then we're going to stick pipes, because they will connect to the hoppers, and do that. I then need to get the beans on one, cheese on the other. Do both. Beans and cheese on both. Or is that just me being a pig? Need the good old pipe wrench. And then I'm going to have to go down here. I need to tell that to extract, 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 extract. And as you can see, that is filled up with 4 buckets worth of lava. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if there's 5 things, why is it only drained from? That's empty, that's empty, that's empty, that's empty, that's empty. God knows it's probably Minecraft being Minecraft. You know, it learned from its big brother Twitch. That's me regrown. I don't think I need my shrink device now. Don't need the little spanner. And I can effectively just put that bit of ground in there, and these will drip away generally to themselves, and eventually we'll refill those, which the hoppers will then collect the lava and put it inside the ender tank. I'm not going to put those pipes away yet because I'm not convinced I'm not going to need them. So I think this works like this. I could be completely utterly wrong. It says it's empty. Must be placed above a fuel tank or heated. Well, that did kind of work. Did I want to fill it with lava though? Probably not. So technically prove that it worked. Right, that's completely empty today. Oh my god, there goes Kaylin claiming first to the stream. Woo! Right, so like I said, these things I don't think existed when I last played with Tinker, so that gives you an idea.
Okalanites is here now. Someone can make me a cuppa.
Well, at least you didn't swear. I'm going to say Tam was, yeah, a bit sweary. Right, so I need some more clay, don't I? How does this work? I'm going to just put a single piece of clay in. Is that how it works? Must be placed above a fuel tank or heat its function. So how does the seared smelter work?
Fine, I'll boil some water and make a cup of tea, but don't expect me to be all smiles about it.
My god, she actually did what she were told. That's a first. Right, we're in Tinkers. Let's have a look. Let's find this goddamn thing. Right, so how is it used? So as long as it's got lava and we shove things in it, So your announcement about Microsoft, we're getting a map restart and stuff. No, we're not. It's just going to be a update. But obviously I haven't been able to do said update because good old NeoForge hasn't been updated in such a long time while Forge has continued to be updated. I think it was last week I was looking at updating some of the mods, and obviously it turned around and said, oh, you need this version of Forge. The server is actually already running that version of Forge and NeoForge. The server actually runs both. So the server can do it, just the client couldn't because the client is just NeoForge. So effectively it'll be I'll be updating the client to Forge and dropping NeoForge and then updating all the mods for it. Right, so how the hell did we do this? Right, well, first things first, we know we're going to need a couple of other things. We're going to want one of these spouts. I'm sure they haven't changed. No, they haven't changed at all. Smelting buckety thing. Do we want that or do we want the table? I think we want the table. I think it wants to be like that. I think. Then it's like, how the hell do I get? Must be placed above a fuel tank or a heater to function. Okay, maybe it wants one of these. And maybe it's not seeing. God, what was it called? I've already forgot. We made one with that. Idea for blah blah blah. Things liquid and broken. Scorched fuel gauge. I'm gonna assume that'll work. Don't singular. I thought it was called a gauge. What's it called? Got already. Seared. Let's go with seared. There's seared ingot. Oh, that says ingot though. I'm gonna have to get the damn book, aren't I? Because like I said, it's changed so much new. I'm gonna assume that is the first book. Materials are new, which I've got the little tag. So I'm gonna assume it's gonna be in here. Well, I hope it's in here. Materials are new. Yeah, I know how to make all those bits. That hasn't changed at all. Okay, that's different. That's just the bog standard bits. About repairing, part swapping, upgrades. Yeah, I want the foundry. So, puny smell, I need to get a bug and some grout. Look. And obviously we made some grout and shoved it in here. So, book, grout, gives us puny smell. Right, how do you work? Let's just have a quick scan through, right? Okay. So it definitely needs to have some form, so it needs to have its actual heaty bit underneath it properly. Okay. And then you put either a bar or the raw resource in above. Looking at that. Oh my god. we've got little pictures of cartoony demony things now. Oh, spouts can actually go on the bottom of things now as well. That's new. Copper cans, okay. So it still uses gold for cast, that's okay. That keeps things very, very easy. And then of course, obviously we've got the next lot of materials and stuff. Right. I'm going to shove those back away because now we know what we kind of need. So we are looking at this thing, the seared heater. Thank God it's a really simple recipe. So there we go. Grab that as usual, shove it into the tablet. Bit disappointed. I kind of was hoping that we could cheat it a bit with doing it that easily way, but obviously not. Will it take fluids or does it have to be coal? I think it's going to have to be coal. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll come back to that. So, obviously, stick a bit of clay in there. It's not hot enough, obviously. So we need to give it some fuel. I'm going to assume we can use coal to melt clay. I hope we can anyway. Oh God, already messing it up. So that goes in there. Yeah, it's melting the clay, as we can see. And hey presto, we've got enough for a brick. Obviously, I was a bit stupid there because I didn't make the... I think we call it the mould. Can we just do it old school way? No, we can't. That's a pity. Oh God. I need that book back now. Because I need to see if they have changed anything, obviously, with casting. So, to cast your tool part, first craft a blank sandcast and use the interaction button to put it into the casting table. So, how do we make that? So sand will give us just one single sand will give us a bunch of those. Then we need a part builder. Do we have to use a part builder to make the ingot? Yeah, it looks like we do. Bullocks, as they say. Right. Grab another single piece of sand. I thought that said fart builder. No, not that type of game. That doesn't have an EMC value, which again, not a bad thing. Here's from his watchtower. I'm glad I'm not... I haven't burnt that building down yet, have I? I'll cast the spell of doom on it. Right, well, I'm going to stick those pipes in there because they could be handy later on. No, give it time. So, the part builder. It is the bog standard table. We've got to make these patterns, which again, very, very simple recipe. So we want, I'm gonna grab a stack of wood because we're gonna need probably an absolute crap ton of these things. I'm gonna get myself a stack of sticks, which obviously I could have gone over to the other building and got a ridiculous sum of, but you know, we are talking about me now. So part builder, any sort of plank with the pattern above which we just made. Again, we can EMC it because it has an EMC value. Oh, okay. Weird head there. So, like that will give us the part builder. So just put the part builder down here for the moment. So we put the sand in, I guess. And we say we want an ingot shape. Which will give us, effectively, the cast for it in sand. So, we would then shove that into there, pour out, to make the ingot. And obviously you've got to wait for it to cool down. And as you can see, we got a brick. But I believe if we now do this, I don't know if it can get hot enough. I'm hoping it can because, you know, it's gold. It's not anything special. That's obviously run out of heat already. So that in there, it is hot enough to melt it. So that should melt it into a puddle of gold. And then we should be able to pour that on there to give us the gold cast. Obviously, it does destroy the clay mould. Now, seared bricks. I'm going to assume, even though it did say for making these, you can use grout, but it was kind of showing in the smelter here, molten clay. When you look at that, it doesn't actually, yes, it turns it into molten clay, but when you pour it out, obviously you don't get seared bricks. You get the normal bog standard brick. So I'm not 100% sure that is accurate. So the old recipe, going back to when I used to do it, so obviously it could be different. I'm going to test it. I'll make sure I put the thing in first. It used to be that you put cobblestone in. Right, cobblestone cannot be smelted. It might be that we have to use grout. I don't want to use grout. I'm just going to have a look to see whether stone it'll do it. No, stone it won't do it either. Okay, fair enough. Game hates me. So, obviously we put grout in. It can do 3 at a time. Stick some coal in. Watch it cook it. Which, as you can see, it's giving us seared stone. It should give us the good old seared bricks. So obviously that's what you'd be doing if you need seared bricks and you hadn't EMC'd them. Obviously I'm just going to get that out of there now because I don't particularly need it in there. Come on. This may take a little while. But yeah, back in the day you used to be able to just get cobblestone and fill your smelter with cobblestone and just smelt the damn stuff. And it was absolutely fantastic. You could get your smelter up in no time at all. It's one of those things that literally get it all up and running within minutes. So obviously if you were just starting out, or you were just starting to make your tools and things like that, that is one way that you can do it. obviously we're going to be going on to making the actual proper smelter. So to do that, we need to make, what do we need to make? So we want the controller, which is the smelter controller, which seared stone, it looks like we need to literally fill one of these. So one, make the block. Can we do it with the bricks? Kind of does look like it. If I go like that, I'm obviously going to have to make one of the basins, which should be like that. Again, gonna shove it into the tablet so it's taut. Always make one to start off with. And, well, we could actually just put that one there. We've got another bounty bit. Put there. Now, it said we needed, what was it, 4 copper, I believe. And we're going to need some more coal. So, in there, you can only get 3 copper in at the moment. Stick the coal in. We need to stick the block of seared bricks into the basin. Wait for it to smelt down. Like so. And then pour that onto the block, which it'll then obviously cover it. You've got to wait for it to cool down so you can take it out, and that will get us the controller. Like so. Don't know why it's highlighted that block over there, but okay. So I'm gonna take all of this slot, back out to where we were, because I think everything that we need I literally have there. And if I need anything else, obviously I should be able to just whip it out of the EMC tablet. So over to the Cobble Kingdoms extension. Right, where I'm going to build this smelter, I don't know. It's going to be over here somewhere. It's quite a big thing, or can be quite a big thing, I should say. I'm going to get rid of those bricks for the moment, and those ones. Did you get a planning application for that? It's my goddamn kingdom! Yeah, this is Mattingham's spy tower, that he sits there and spies on me. How very dairy. Right, so, where was I? I was going to be making some of these seared bricks. I say some, I'm going to be making a lot. It does have an EMT value, so I am going to literally just kind of shove them in there and get some more seared bricks. And so let's grab some of those and get some just box standard bricks as well. Now, my understanding that this has not changed, you kind of need to, one, have a base for it. So it's a bit like end portals, but it doesn't require corners. So my understanding is that is classed as valid, which, as you can see, there it is. It sees it as valid. Obviously, that is not what we're going to be doing. One side, well, actually both of these sides, I might have to move it because I don't think it's still where I want it. You know, It is me after all, you know, changing my mind at every touch and turn. So, take those ones back out. Put them back in. So, hopefully this will still be valid from before. So obviously we've got the tank on that side. We need to make some of these seared drains. Input and output. Oh, does that mean you can automate it now? Bye, bot. Oh, Tamtam's on form. Right, going to temporarily put this together because obviously we're going to need to be using this again for pouring bits onto certain things looking at this. Or maybe not. Maybe not at all. What do I know? Absolutely nothing, apparently. Oh my god, we've got an alloy here. Oh my god, this gets weirder. Molten obsidian. Blazing blood. Molten glass, molten glass. Well, that looks like it can do all the bog standard recipes. Can this do all the bog standard recipes? Or is this restricted? No, this can do alloys. Molten queen slime. I'm now intrigued to know what's the difference between the two. That's a hell of a lot more recipes for it. It looks like it can break down parts in that one. Do you have to make both of them now? Is that what you're saying? Might end up doing anyway, just for the sheer joy of it. I'm just kind of clicking through it now to have a look to see what other bits it can do. Well, we'll do an experiment with it and find out end of day. Right, I need some more copper. I'm going to pull it out of the tablet because I didn't grab a stack when I probably should have done. So, first things first. Let's get one of these bits built. The searing drain. Obviously, it's got an EMC value, so in it goes. Again, I'm kind of assuming it'll do what it should do. See, I could be completely and utterly wrong. And I think we're still going to need some sort of fuel tank. Third fuel gauge. I'll seal third fuel tank. So a piece of glass surrounded by seared brick. So unfortunately, we have to get some glass out of here. Bog standard Minecraft glass. I'm going to assume that you could have used the other ones. Again, what do I know? It's been a while. So take those out, put the tank on there. It flashed, say, yep, it's compatible, it's valid. I'm going to stick the infinite lava that we now have under there. Twiddle it so it fills the third fuel tank. So this should have fuel, as you can see, so I should be able to smelt things in it. Again, I'm not 100% sure that it can do everything because I'm kind of a bit confused why we have two different structures now. So I'm going to test it. I'm going to stick a bar of copper in. It is smelting it. Because it looks like that one can just smelt items, but the smeltery can make alloys. So that should just be able to make us literally a copper ingot again. Yeah. Okay. So that actually does work how I want it to work. So we'll just put all the other bits together for all right. So I want some more. Can that be EMC? No, it can't. Well, balls. That was me hoping for being able to get through it quite quickly. So, did I not put that table in? That would be a no. Again, always do it. Saves you on time. I mean, I might actually make this one block bigger. I'm very tempted to make this one block bigger. Very tempted. Oh God. Super mining. Pain in the bum. So let's take this back another. Another row. I've got plenty of bricks because I made those. Obviously that'll be the new back to it. I need some more drains, which should be able to just put some dirt back down there. Obviously I'll have to get another drain. Another two drains. Like so. It forms 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Did I not get another table out? I didn't put the faucet in either, so. Third, we need another one of those. We need some more of those. I've lost count. I haven't been paying enough attention. And I think I'll do what I have done in the past, because I'm kind of assuming that that will still work. Obviously, my assumptions today have not been very accurate. But we shall see. No. Try again, Naz. And I know you don't need them in the corner, but it affects my CDO. I don't like it. Right, now, which one of these glass can I just use as a window? Because there was one that you could just use as a window. So we just want that one, I believe, the seared glass. So piece of glass, right, okay, that's easy enough. I should still have some bricks. I don't have any glass though, so I'll just grab a piece of glass. Go into my mobile crafting table. use the ingots that I got extras of, which gives us the seared glass. Obviously teach it to the tablet. Grab a stack of, and in theory, if I put these here, and as you can see, the box has gone up to the next level, which means it is valid, and it's also given us some more spaces. I don't know if there's a restriction on how high you can go. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what, oh god, super speed. This is how, in the past, I used to make it. And again, that's showing as valid because it's put the block on the top there. And if we click on there, we will see it's now got absolutely loads for sticking resources in. Just, you know, out of interest. No. Just wondering if, you know, it would let you do something a little extra with that. Right. Obviously, I want to make, on this side, this is primarily going to be for things like the ingot mods and things like that. He's only come around here because he couldn't see from his tower what I was doing. So ingot, ingot, ingot. If I then get 3 gold, which 1, 2, 3. Dump the 3 gold in there. It'll smelt them down into liquid gold. Which you will see in there. You can see the gold's in there at the moment, but when it melts it, obviously it does turn it into a liquid. You know, you can mouse over it, see, and it tells you you've got 3 ingots. You can see you've got your molten gold there. And there we go, we've got effectively now molds for ingots there. So we can get ingots out. Obviously, we can do things like nuggets and things like that, but we're going to be using the part builder, which I left all the way back in the basement. So what I will do is I will go and get those parts, and while I do that, obviously, on the hour every hour, I do take a break, or at least try to. So I will be running a couple of minutes of adverts. It's normally only about 3 minutes. As usual, it is there to so that people who may want to get in can get in and don't get stuck behind the great wall of adverts that Twitch does put out there. Obviously, if you are watching on YouTube, I do apologise. I have zero control over adverts over there, and there is nothing that I can do about it. So, as always, adverts not guaranteed. It's down to region availability. If you're a subscriber, obviously you do not get adverts. I've made sure that I switched off for you guys. So, as always, like I was saying, if you do get adverts, go stretch your legs, get yourself a drink. If you don't get adverts, sit back and enjoy the music, and I'll be right back. Right, and we're back. I'm going to assume that you can click on these like you could originally. So as you can see at the moment, there's molten copper at the bottom. Now, if I tried to pour that out, I don't think it'll let me because obviously we've already got a copper nugget there and there's not enough for a bar, so it would only partially fill it. But I should be able to click on that and it should swap it so that when I click on these faucets, as you can see the gold colour there, so you can see what it would be draining. If I clicked on the molten copper again, it changes there and it changes there, so you can see what it's going to pour out. But obviously I want the gold because I'm making one of these casts. Obviously it destroys what's in it, so now it means that I could get all those nuggets out of copper. And again, if you mouse over it, it'll tell you how many nuggets are remaining in it. Obviously, it's a bit laborious doing it like this initially, but you can kind of automate it to some extent. I kind of get the feeling from looking at some of the things that have been added to it that you can potentially completely automate it now. We'll just stick the nuggets in there because it doesn't know about them. I will grab... Does it actually have the chest for it? Because it used to have a pattern chest. You used to be able to just shove all your patterns that you make into said chest. Gold reinforcement. Again, don't know what any of those things are. So let's have a look. Not seeing anything that looks like a chest. Again, it's very much changed. Oh, there we go. Tinker's chest, part chest, cast chest. So what is that actually used for? Don't actually know. What was the book called? Puny smelting. Let's see if this tells us about those drawers. Just doing a quick look through it at the moment. That's obviously tells you about the next lot of resources. Tier 2 materials. Some of the actual equipment that you can make. Upgrades. Again, some of the things I actually quite like about Tinkers was the lovely little things that you can make out of it. Right, Mighty Smelting. Inside. Oh, so if you get a book, pour some gold over it, it'll give us the Encyclopedia of Tinkering, which I believe is all the previous books. So, let's try that. Bog standard book. Let's take that out, shove that in there. Obviously you can see when it's smelted because the gold will appear there. Right, so let's have a look. Looking at this, it looks like it might just be about tools though. But you can make crossbows, really good crossbows. So that's kind of got some of the bits from the previous book. I'm just kind of quickly scrolling through to see what we get. Oh, this explains these reinforcements. So armor has defense slots. Okay. I can do armor trim. Embellishment. Okay. Dragon Head grants 1 ability slot. So it looks like you have ability slots and upgrade slots now. Oh my god. So many new things to learn. Oh my god. All the buffs you can get to armor now. That's all the tools and what you get with it. Again, I am just kind of clicking through it at the moment. Right, so that kind of is your resource booklet, if you like. So, can't teach it to the tablet, so in the backpack it goes. So, that booklet, we need a bog standard book and 1 seared brick. That I can do. So, okay, 1 seared brick. We need a book. Or as my grandmother would say, a book. I was hoping to actually make possibly a tool tonight, but don't think that's going to happen. You done? Right, mighty smelting. Obviously that tells you about the smeltery. Entity melting. You too can cook entities. You know, I can just go, you know, capture myself and matting them and drop him into the smelter. So obviously we're going to have to learn how to make this Tinker's Anvil, because that's how you put things together. Oh yeah, I heard that. You heard nothing. You imagined it. Wow. Obviously, for those not in the know, Blue Screen of Death does show for you. Well, it doesn't just show for you, it shows for me as well, unfortunately. So it does mean that I cannot see a damn thing when that happens. Again, it shows you how you can put the smeltery together in the smeltery book, which is quite handy. Yeah, that's Mattingham. In the future, I'll replace all the floor in one of his buildings and make it so that the floor disappears and he falls into it. Would I do a thing like that? Of course I wouldn't. Soul glass. Yes. I would not. I would not do a thing like that. You know, would I do a thing, something like that? Would I really? You know, use to melt away the useless parts of entities in order to harvest their true insides. Oh dear. So, silverfish will give you seed stone, villagers and illagers will give you emerald. Skeletons will give you milk. Okay. So, you know, just a few little things you can smell there. I was kind of hoping that we'd find something that would say what those drawers were used for. Which drawers are used for what? You see, this just seems to have now gone on to the other bits again. So, oh, Mighty Smelting doesn't have an EMC value, so that'll go in there. Tinker's Gadgetry. Well, I don't have a Sky Slime Ball. I probably have to find a floating island for that. Because there's no way to just make one. Well, that's something for the future. So let's get Puny Smelting and Materials and you back out. Materials and you, that might have the information that we're looking for. Because that kind of has our introduction stuff. Part Builder, Tinker Station, Storage Chest, this is what we want. Try the Tinker's Chest, it can store anything. Right, so a part chest. So that does look like that is purely for parts. Apparently you can dye them any colour. Well, that kind of implies that it doesn't really make any difference whatsoever. For those chests. Or maybe the book needs an update. Part chest, Tinker's Chest. Then you got to make a cast. I wonder if you could still make just a blank cast out of gold and use that in that. Because if that's the case, that will be quite handy. Again, I'm kind of learning some of the things, but obviously I know some of the bits before. Right, so that will just literally make gold bars, so you can no longer make a blank cast looking at that. How much is in 6 nuggets? Now the next test, can we shove those 3 back in and smelt them back into a bar? Because again, I am intrigued on if we can or can't. Which we can. So, I know it's kind of expensive, but for the good old cast, we're going to need one of these anyway. So, I'm going to stick that one back in for now, so that I don't accidentally use it. So, to make this, we need what? We need some seared bricks, which we've got. We need some seared brick, we need a chest, and we need, obviously, the cast. So, chest, I'm going to pull out the good old trusty tablet. So, chest in the middle, bricks on the bottom, spare cast on the top, and then the bricks on the side. And that will give us the cast chest. Again, I wasn't sure, but it looks like they have copied this over. You can access the chest anywhere along the line. So if you put other tool tables and things like that there, obviously I'm on the part builder. I can click on the cast chest, shove that in there, and it'll automatically make a new space for the next item. which is very, very handy. I'm going to stick those in my main backpack for now. Those other books. Don't think I need to be carrying that dirt around with me at the moment. So, heart chest. Again, I'm not kind of sure what the difference is, because it kind of, because I look at that and I think heart chest, I think that is actually for any spare parts that you might have left over or things that you may have crafted by accident and shoved together. But then when I see Tinker's chest, it's like, well, what the hell is that for? Why is that creeper in the distance flashing? Oh, because he was being endermined. So, let's go back to this again. Because see, that's the part chest and that's the Tinker's chest. You never know when you need to use the tool part again for later. And that just seems to make me think that you can just dye it any colour. So those two are basically the same thing. Looking at that. I'm going to assume it's the same. I forgot what it was to make it. Block of wood, chest, pattern. So it's like that. I need a chest and some wood. Box standard chest. Need 4 sticks. Which was laid out like that. So obviously that there is the recipe for it. And this is you watch this where I now put it together and it goes, no! No, it definitely does make it. I'm going to assume it still has to be built in a line. So obviously I'm going to take that back down and click on the wrong thing apparently. Yeah. So I don't know. So that's for cast, that's for parts. Part builder, obviously we can make the bits from here. So I don't know. Let's just put something together very simply. So a pickaxe head, for example. So take that out of there, put that in there, smelt one of those down. And so it makes the pickaxe head. So we've got that. Pour it into the mould. The sand should go poof. Not enough. I need more in that. You can see because of the edge. Didn't have a look to see how much they required. Probably should have done. So we'll smelt another one, see if it needs a third one. I think that might need a third one. Yeah. So we know when you make pickaxe head, you need 3 ingots of the material. And I'm assuming, like the previous one, when it makes this pickaxe head, the sand mold, because it's not a permanent mold like the gold mold, it will just go poof. Oh my god, I'm going to need a fourth one. Fourth ingot. So it's 4 ingots to a pickaxe head. Again, I'm learning as we go along. Like I said, I have some previous knowledge, but obviously the last time I played with this, it was probably 1.710. So it's going back a bit. Right, so that's now cooling, so it is actually making the pickaxe head. There is no remainder left in the tank there. That's destroyed, obviously, the sand. So if I stick a bar of gold in there, I can make the actual proper casting for it. Just got to wait for it to smelt. Which, obviously, you can see it's smelting away there. There we go, liquid gold. Pour that on top. It will then cool down. It should then destroy the item in it. So, if I pick that up, will it actually tell me? Material cost 2. Well, if it's a material cost of 2, it should only need 2 ingots. According to that, that's how I read it. Or is it because it's brick, it's classed as less value? As you see, that looks like it needs another 2. So I'm wondering if there's a difference between using the ingots made from the brick bits or actual from the metals. So that should cool. It shouldn't destroy the cast. Well, I hope it doesn't. Otherwise, in future, I'll stick to sand, because otherwise that could get really expensive. And then this tool part, in theory, I should be able to put in the part chest. Yeah, and it automatically makes a new space for it. So obviously, if you mouse over it, press shift, it'll tell you its durability, what mining tier it'll do, mining speed, melee damage, and things like that. Obviously, we're going to have to make the next table to be able to put it all together. Which, let's have a look. Where is it? The Tinker Station. We have the part builder, the Tinker Station. To finish the first step in your grand tinkering adventure, it's time to craft your first tool. It may not start off its best, but it's your work and you should be proud of it. Once you've acquired all the parts you need to make the tool, construction begin. First get a Tinker Station, then select which tool you want to make. So, Tinker Station. That is the bog standard one. Obviously, if you go in here and go Tinker, I'm going to assume that there is other types of Tinker Stations that they used to be. But weirdly enough, it looks like it isn't. So unless they've moved that into the anvil. Because one of the things that you used to do is you kind of like got a lower tier table for putting things together. And then you kind of like got the ultimate table for putting bits. Oh, and you can recycle tools. That's one thing you couldn't do in the past. Just kind of having a look now. Hottest new technology in molten metals. Skip the smelter and start with a foundry. So it looks like I am going to have to build the other thing. That's what that seems to imply. And what it says there in the bog. Nether grout. I'm going to have to find some of that to make that. Trying to remember which book I saw the thing that had the next bit of it in. Go back to the beginning. Tinker's Anvil. Yeah. Put that Tinker's Station away and create the mighty Tinker's Anvil. Oh my god, slime steel. Block of amethyst bronze. Oh my god, all these different resources. Rose gold. Pig iron. Queen slime. Manulin. I didn't think that still existed. Netherite. Oh god. Got some new type of... So, seared bricks. Looks like we can use. Right. Gonna grab 3 netherite. And I'm gonna say whether it's mix and match or whether it goes, no, you've got to use a specific. No, that gives us the Tinker's Anvil. So again, I'm going to shove it in there so it's learned, because I'm going to assume it's going to potentially break like a bog standard anvil over time. Be completely and utterly wrong. Right, so it has got the bits for changing things. It's got the things for constructing things as well. That is brilliant. We can access the previous tables again, which is absolutely fantastic. We can make armor. We can make bows. And obviously we can make these multi-tools that do different things. Because normally I quite often make the mattock. Do we have different types of swords? It doesn't look like it. Oh no, we do. We have the cleaver. And obviously we've got the bit for repairing and upgrading and giving it buffs and things like that. So, for example, if we were going to be making a pickaxe, you would click on that and say pickaxe. We've got the searing head, you'd shove that in there and it tell you you've got that, we've got to make a binding. So obviously we may as well make some of the bits for that. Obviously you would be looking at your material books to see what is actually best for it. So let's go straight to the beginning and let's go, I don't know, tools. No, not tools. We want materials, don't we? Probably not in that book, so... Spelling, beginner's guide. We'll look at that one. Oh, tier 3 melee. Right, so of course it classes the headpiece as melee. So, okay. Sure that had. Melee harvest. Let's have a look. Oh my god, look at all the resources you can use. So a wood head, would give us 6 durability, would only give you mining level of wood, which is no good, mining speed of 2, and a melee damage of 0. It gives it this ability of cultivated, which basically means it practically grows more material when repairing. So when you repair it, it probably, it tells you there, makes repairs 50% more effective per part. So let's have a look. Chorus fruit. So iron, mining tier iron, seed stone, and again you can replace the parts, which is quite good. So you'd be clicking through that, looking to see which ones do diamond and obsidian and things like that. So slime steel, well, don't think we've got the stuff to be able to make that yet. Amethyst bronze, probably could make that. I'll have to look it up to see how you do it. Grants 0.5 mining speed per level to blocks that don't require tools, even ones where the tool is not effective. Yeah, that one. That looks like it's more actually for an actual weapon. Pig iron can be eaten to restore 1 hunger per level. Okay. Rose gold does it up to gold tier, grants 1 extra upgrade slot per part, so you might use that for your binding. Maybe. Again, steelhead, that could be quite good. Grants 4% durability. Damage and speed per level. Even bronze is pretty good. It's only 15 points difference. Grants +6 mining speed per level at full durability, 0 boost below 50%. So it's worthwhile looking to see what extras you get with it. That gives wither. 50% XP per block. And from monsters, so that, you know, is something if you're trying to get XP. Plated slime wood, that's a new one. Grants 100% to all methods of restoring overslime. Don't know what overslime is? Boosts mining attack speed by 7% per level. So cobalt is probably a good binding, potentially, because it gives lightweight. Tools incredibly light for its side, allowing you to attack men and launch projectiles. Can't really see, so I'm assuming that is the speed for it. Dark thread. Okay, that's a new one for me as well. Queen slime is the best one because it would do mining range of netherite. But obviously you've got to get all these things for it. Heptizon. Boost mining speed by 25 per level after mining 32 consecutive blocks. Okay. Mining speed of 8. Quite a high durability. Manulin, that used to be part of Ars Magica in 1.710, where you used to have the different nodes and things like that. I'm going to assume because it's here, you can actually make it. Huge amount of durability. Netherite level, mining speed 6.5, melee damage pretty good as well. During combat, you deal more damage every time you hit an enemy. So it would be ideal, really, for a sword of some sort. Just now going to continue having a little bit of a look through. A Supremium head. It can only do... Look at the durability. Absolutely massive durability. Wood. And it's got no modifier for it. Which, okay, fair enough. You know, you can't have everything. So again, I'm just now kind of having a little bit of a look. I didn't see tungsten in the part. Oh, there it was. Tungsten. That only does mining level of iron, which is no good. So it looks like we probably would be looking at... I don't know. We want something that can mine netherite. Just now having a quick look to see if there's anything else in there. Yeah, because that's all definitely for the handles and bits. So that's arm materials. Might have to do a bit of research with that before I start making them. There didn't used to be stuffs when I used to do with this. Stuffs are highly modifiable tools. While they lack the melee potential to make up for with a wide range of abilities they can use on both interaction and attacking. They notably grant 40% movement speed when using and allow blocking up to 15 damage with blocking. Staff abilities can be configured using the modifier work table. I'm intrigued as what you can do with them. I'm assuming you can lob stuff at them with it. Extra abilities if you like. So general upgrades, that hasn't changed. Magnetic looks like that hasn't changed too much. Netherite, again, that's used as a bonus too, which I can kind of understand. God, there's a hell of a lot of changes. There's a hell of a lot. Yeah, this is one of these things that I might have to go away, do some research, come back to, and then take us through throwing it all together. So I used to like the bows in this. Still haven't got a clue what that thing is. I'm assuming it's increased the knockback dealt by arrows each punch. I'm assuming it's a musket of some sort. That weird gun thing. Obviously not these stuffs, because obviously it's rotating through them. that thing. I'm assuming it's kind of like a musket. Why they didn't call it the musket, I don't know. Again, I'm just kind of scrolling through some of these bits at the moment. Oh, and breaking is still in it. Requires reinforced 5 and netherite. Oof. So ideally, that's kind of what you do on the pickaxe. But obviously that means going to the end to get some Skulker shells. It means fighting the Ender Dragon because it means getting some more Dragon's Breath. Which, like an idiot, when I killed the dragon last time off stream, because I wanted to test a couple of things and got the heart, it was kind of like, There is so many new things that they've added to it. So you can actually add things like tilling to any type of crafted weapon looking at this. So you could make one weapon that does everything. You could make sword, obviously dependent on how many slots it's got, that could strip wood, so rather than having to right click it with an axe, tills the ground so you don't need the hoe, and I'm going to assume that you're going to be able to do things like, yeah, making paths and stuff like that that you would need for the spade. Dual wielding. Ooh. Ooh, that's new. Like something worth playing with. Obviously, that's going to be their version of Silk Touch. That's quite a good idea. A bulk quiver that you can actually attach to your bow or crossbow. So you can put arrows and things in that actually in your weapon. And if you run out of bog standard arrows in your inventory, it'll then take from there, but it'll only allow 2 stacks of 64 maximum. That's actually quite a good idea though. Or crystal shot. Instead of using ammo from your inventory, the bow produces its own crystal arrow. Tools take an extra 4 damage per arrow produced. That's quite clever, that. Very, very clever. So about that, I was just coughing my lungs up. They've had so many things now. I think I'll be in a situation. It's like, but I want that, but I can't use that. But I want this, but I can't use that either. Gonna have to make queen slime or find out how the hell you make that. The items in the hotbar remain in the inventory upon death and respawn. Magnum needs them for when he suffocates himself. Don't you, matey? Well, it's true. You know. Means you then don't have to worry about what happened to your gear. Oh, that'd be annoying. Pathmaker. Wherever you walk, it flattens it. Boots that you plough the ground when you walk around. That would drive me insane. Okay. They've got some interesting things. Again, I am kind of having a look. Because we're going to need netherite for a headpiece for it. Because we don't want diamond. Because obviously diamond isn't the top tier mining thing. But what we want is we want netherite, but also high durability. Which looks like it's this queen slime. But then I sort of sit there and I go, Manulin? You know? I know it's kind of like deals more damage in combat, but got a decent mining speed, it'll mine netherite, and it's got a reasonably high durability. Of course, the next question is, how do you make yeah. Let's go here. Because, oh, we can grow it with mystical agriculture. Netherite, scrap and cobalt, and mix it together. You can get it that way. I'm going to assume we can make it, obviously, as an alloy, but what's it actually made up of? Is it literally just made up of, right, nether scrap and 3 cobalt ingots will give us 4 manulin. So I'm going to assume that is going to be the same for this. So yeah, that's going to be the same. So I'd need to make sure that I get some bog standard scrap. Oh, I've taught that to the thing. Do I have any cobalt though? That's what I'm... Because I don't think I have. And I think cobalt only spawns in the nether. I think. Or do we actually have to make it? Cobalt. Yeah, nether cobalt ore, so we'd have to find that in the nether. So it looks like we're going to have a trip to the nether at some point. Might be looking at getting some cobalt seeds so we can grow it. Because I'm pretty sure we don't have any cobalt back at the main base. We shall just have a quick look, see. But yeah, I'm pretty convinced that we will not have any cobalt. I'd be very surprised if we do. No. So we've got to go get some cobalt. Right, so I kind of need to make a shopping list. Do we have any signs? We do. Let's have a look. So that one. So we've got to mine cobalt, netherite scrap, which we do have in here, as you can see. So I don't know. So mine cobalt, that's one thing that I definitely need to do. What else do I need? Oh god, that just made me jump out my skin. My notification going off there. Don't know whether you heard it or not, but I sure did. I almost papped myself. You didn't hear it then, that's okay. Right, so I need to get some more cobalt. That is for definite. I'm going to have to do a mining run in the nether. Probably have to find somewhere that hasn't been explored in the nether. I get that feeling. I might actually take the digital miner out there and do it. Because obviously I do have it. I need to get myself another power node though, because I used it elsewhere and didn't replace it. It looks like I'm just double checking because I might have gone blind. No, I don't have it, so I'm going to have to make myself another flux point. I'll put this in the good old casting chest because I can do. This can actually go now because I have the obviously the big one that can do it now. Don't need that, don't need that. I think I can, no I can't, I thought I could stick those empty ones in there. Stick them in there though. I'm just having a bit of a play now to see if I can change anything. Next. Anyway. I'm going to have to do a mining run. Yeah, I'm going to be ending the stream very, very shortly myself. Like I said, I'm going to have to go do a mining run. I don't think people probably want to see that on stream. So I will probably do that in some downtime. I will probably use the digital mine to do it if I can. I do need to make another one of these flux points. Do I have the flux stuff here? I do have the flux powder. So I could actually make one. Just bin that in there. Right, I need some obsidian. I need some Eyes of Ender. And I'm gonna take the flux point and see what the recipe is for it. So I need 4 of those, and I need a block of redstone. It's actually not as hard as I thought it were. For some reason I thought it was a lot harder than that. But what do I know? Put these back away. I will actually configure this flux point while I'm here. So that you are using the power out. And your surge limit off, bypass the limits, and you should be set up. And they stack brilliant. So yeah, like I said, that's where I'm going to leave it for today. I'm probably going to do some mining off stream, get some of those, get some cobalt, or at least try and find it. And as always, take care of yourselves, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I will see you again Friday with some Static Online at the usual streaming time, not early this week. We will be back at 8 o'clock for that. So as always, like I said, don't do anything I wouldn't do, which obviously doesn't leave much. Take care now.